Hi and welcome back to MRTV. As you can tell, I'm not yet back in the studio, I'm still here in my kitchen, but I did want to get back to you with this video here because, well, this is an important one for all the people who are interested in the Arpara Kickstarter. Only 5 days to go, and you're wondering, should you keep your pledge? And this is what this video is all about. For all of you who don't know what is Arpara, well, it is the world's first 5K micro OLED all-in-one VR headset, and they do also have another headset here, the tethered version, the version that I actually got, and this is not all-in-one, this one you would plug to your computer. Anyways, what I wanted to tell you, unfortunately, Arpara has made the decision not to send me the all-in-one headset before the campaign ends. So unfortunately, I have no chance to test it out for you here. I have no chance to tell you what I think about the Arpara all-in-one, and they are not sending it to anyone. So you will not get any kind of independent opinion about the Arpara all-in-one. And well, in my opinion, that is not a great move, right? Because there's too many questions unanswered about the Arpara standalone. And I will let you know in this video what I think the problems could be. So make sure to watch this video until the very end. But first, I would like to talk about the tethered version of the headset that I also had here. And this here is the tethered version. And I know that probably half of the backers, they have backed the tethered version. And well, should you keep your pledge? Well, it absolutely depends on what you want. Is this your first VR headset and do you hope it can be amazing for everything that you play? Then probably it's not going to be for you. Also, what I want to say, if you pledged for this Kickstarter for the Arpara because you have seen my first impression videos that Arpara actually put onto the campaign page, then I urge you to watch my actual full review of the headset, which you can find here somewhere. I'm going to link it now because this is actually my full review, which also has the downsides, the big flaw here. And unfortunately, Arpara did not put that onto their campaign site. I asked them to delete all the other first impression videos because it was only a first impression of dark scenes, but not the whole picture, and instead put this video here, my full impressions, but they didn't do it. So recently I've asked them, please do this now, put my full review here with all the negative parts as well. But they didn't do it, but at least they deleted all my videos, and I think that is fair. So if you have pledged because you've only seen my first impressions where I liked the dark scenes, please do watch my full review of the headset because there you get the full picture. And then you can make an educated decision if you want to have the tethered version or not. Because, well, there are flaws, and the biggest flaw is that the picture is not really bright enough. From all of my VR headsets, this is the headset which is the darkest. And unfortunately, in lots of scenes that are actually already dark, it can become too dark. You know, it's like you basically see nothing anymore. For example, when walking around in the Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, if you walk around the cemetery, it's just tough to see anything because it's just simply too dark, right? Or also like a scene that I showed you from Half-Life Alyx that is kind of dark, also in normal headsets. It's just too dark already, right? This is like a flaw. It is not bright enough. Also, the color temperature, in my opinion, is very warm, and whites look kind of brownish. And I had showed you that all in a A/B comparison. Let me show you that now here. Okay, now I have to find it again here. Here, right? So here on the right side, that's the HP Reverb G2. And on the left side, this is the Arpara 5K. And this is already after the firmware update, where they kind of tried to increase the brightness, right? So yep, so you can see it's kind of warm colors. And I honestly prefer the colors which are, yeah, more normal, not so warm. Well, that is one thing, and well, more importantly, actually, that the brightness of the picture, it will decrease at the very edges of the lenses. So that is something that is really unfortunate. So you have a nice sweet spot as what the optics are concerned, like it's very clear, right? But you have a new sweet spot, which I call the color sweet spot. And you have to be in that perfect sweet spot, or if you're not in it, then you will see that at the edges of the display, the brightness decreases very soon and it looks kind of brownish, and yeah, it's not so nice, right? So that is the big flaw of the lens. And I just need you to be aware of this if you have not seen my full review, right? So that is definitely a problem. Also, for the tethered version, unfortunately, we do have it just feels not polished, right? Like sometimes it would just like crash, or some games I cannot even really start. Yep, it is. It just feels like not perfectly polished. It feels like a better version of a headset, right? So if, in my opinion, if you want to go for the tethered headset as your first headset, as your only headset, I don't think it's a good idea, right? Because it's simply not like a polished experience, and you can tell that this was not made for VR in the first place, right? You have to have this tracker that you put on it, and just then it becomes a well-tracked headset, and the whole thing just doesn't feel round. And if you go for something like the HP Reverb G2 or the Quest 2, wow, you will have just a better experience overall, a way more polished experience. And in my opinion, it's important that you understand what you're going in. And in my full review, I told you, like, okay, if you already have everything, if you have lots of different kind of headsets, if you already have base stations and controllers, then this could be a nice second or third headset where you can play the bright games, where you can play bright games with your other headsets. And then if you want an OLED headset for dark games, I don't know, Elite Dangerous or something like this, then you can go for it. But as your first and only headset, I could not recommend it to you. Yeah, that's important to understand. Yeah, all right. So now let's talk about the all-in-one. So unfortunately, in my opinion, Arpara, did not make a good decision not to send it to me. So, and they told me they don't want to send it to me or to any other one now because they are not satisfied right now with the headset. Yeah, they still have time to work on it. They can still do like improvements, of course. And yeah, well, before they send it out. Anyways, the problem is now you are backing something and we have absolutely no idea how good it is, right? It's just a gamble. We don't know. There could be quite a lot of problems with it. And I simply want to make you understand what kind of problems could arise with a standalone headset. So, first of all, the question, of course, is, does the standalone headset have the same kind of color problems that the tethered version has, right? So is it also like so super warm, and is it not bright enough? Also, the lenses, do you also have this color shifting in the peripheral vision? Do you also have like the brightness decreasing at the edges, right? So I must tell you, honestly, I believe it's going to have exactly the same problems because it's the same panel and they are the same lenses, right? So why would it suddenly not have these problems? So I believe that the Arpara standalone has the same color problems like the tethered version. So that is, of course, a problem, right? Then some other things that we have absolutely no idea about, and that is really the thing, like independent people like me have to check it. How about the battery life? How long exactly does it work? Right? We don't know. At the moment we just have to believe what they're saying here, but we don't have any proof. And that's the great thing. When you give it to people like me, I will test it and let you know, right? So we don't know about this. Then, of course, something that can go terribly wrong, and we also have no idea right now. Tracking. How good is the controller tracking? It is inside-out tracking with 4 cameras, just like the Quest, right? But that doesn't mean anything. Can you remember the HTC? The HTC headset. Wait, let me go to the HTC website here for a moment. And yeah, because they tried the inside-out tracking as well, right? With the Vive Cosmos. Here, oh, you cannot hear, right? And they also have like 4 cameras. But if you remember, the tracking was terrible. It was so bad, the worst tracking ever, right? And you also wouldn't have thought that like a big company like HTC would have this kind of problems, but they had. And now this is Arpara. We absolutely don't know this company, so we can just hope that the tracking will be okay, but we really don't know, right? So the tracking can go terribly wrong. And, you know, we haven't seen it, how it works, right? We haven't seen the complicated stuff like occlusion. Like if like a one controller is in front of the other, how well does it work? We don't know. So we did see some videos of them showing it, but we didn't see complicated stuff like occlusion, and that's what I would have tried out directly. How well does occlusion work? And if you look at the video that they show here of the tracking, if you look at the controller, if you look at the hand, it looks super shaky. I mean, not the hand of the guy who's playing, but the hand in the video. So I don't know, just look at it. Whenever you see the hand, okay, wait. Yeah, you have to check it out yourself. Here, the hand, it looks super shaky. It looks super shaky. So I don't know. Here, look at it. Oh, wow. It looks so shaky. So that's something that like I would test if I had the device, right? And we don't know yet. Is it really this shaky? And of course, it would be a problem. So if you look, you can check out the whole video. It always looks so shaky, right? So this is something to look out for. We don't know how good is the tracking actually. So this might be like a concern, and also occlusion, right? We really don't know like how good can the tracking actually deal with real problems. So then also the wireless streaming, how good is it actually? Right, so these videos, they were about the wireless streaming, but I don't think that this video here, I don't think actually that what you see here, that this is recorded from the headset. I think this is recorded from the computer, right? So then you don't see actually how well the wireless streaming goes, how well it goes, and what he can see in the headset. We have no idea about it. Right, so this is a problem. We don't know how good is the wireless streaming. And also here, again, I can tell you that streaming wireless from a computer to a headset, that is not a simple problem. Really, that is not a simple problem, especially for a small company. Also, unfortunately, I have to talk about HTC here and tell you that, for example, the wireless streaming of the Vive Focus 3, it's not comparable to the fantastic streaming of the Quest 2. So if you just go into this Kickstarter, and if you simply think, wow, the streaming must be as good as the Quest 2, think again. This is not a simple problem, and we don't know yet how good the wireless streaming really is. So that really is a problem. Then also, we don't know yet, you know, here, the Arpara standalone, actually, it has a fan, right? Trying to find it. It has a fan. Here you can see it, here. Quite a big fan vent also. And the question, of course, here, you can see, here is the fan vent. And I've seen these kind of fan vents for other headsets, right? The Pico Neo and the Focus 3, they also have this kind of vents for the fan. And unfortunately, I must tell you, if there's this kind of huge fan vent, the probability is kind of high that they are very noisy. And we don't know, is this noisy as well? We have basically no idea because there's no independent reviewers. So I'm just letting you know that if you support the AIO, there's now actually, in my opinion, unfortunately, because we didn't have like independent reviews and didn't have a chance to have a look at it, there's lots of things that can go wrong. Lots of things that can go wrong, and we simply don't know if they can really nail it, right? So I just want to make you understand that there might be lots of problems, right? And we simply don't know. So it is, in my opinion, like backing them. Unfortunately, it is a gamble. And I simply want to make you aware of these problems, right? So that is the thing. And I must also say, dear Arpara, if you're watching this, and I know you're watching this, like I told you all this before, I told you, like, please be more transparent with your backers, especially because you said, like, okay, we're going to send this out to independent reviewers before that ends the Kickstarter, right? And unfortunately, this didn't happen, which in my opinion is a problem. And Arpara did update on the AIO roadmap here, right? They're showing like, okay, the software, what is the current status? Okay, lots of things are done. There's some small problems with some things they say here. But if these problems here are only like small problems, like, okay, for Beat Saber or what, and the controllers are done, there's just some occasional skipping. Like if these are just like problems which are not huge, then why can't you send it to me? So in my opinion, this raises, some doubt about this program, about this Kickstarter. And I simply need to let all the people out there know it. And I had given Arpara the chance to come out with this first, but in their opinion, they did everything perfectly right by doing this here. But again, in my opinion, why can they not send it to me or to others if they are, in general, if the problems don't seem to be so bad, you know? And then also, why do you put out like videos that show that everything seems to be fine, when actually it seems not everything is fine? Because if everything was fine, you would send it to me or to some other third-party reviewer. So that is simply what I need to tell the world, because, well, this channel is about like giving you, the viewers, the best information that I could give you and give you my opinion. So, you know, that is the thing about MRTV, right? I report to you, the viewers. It's you that I feel obliged to, that I feel like I need to, simply serve you. And I'm not here to serve the companies, the hardware manufacturers of these headsets. And that is what I'm really proud of here at MRTV, even though I am the first one ever to receive the Arpara, also the Arpara tracker, right? But still, the most important is to let the consumers know about some things, about like, about my opinions. And here, in my opinion, with the AIO, there's simply lots of open questions that now cannot be answered anymore in time before the Kickstarter ends. So again, to let you know, in my opinion, lots of questions here, lots of open questions with the AIO, and well, doesn't look so good. And also, very soon there's going to be other headsets going to be coming out, right? The Shift All from Panasonic. Then also the Meta Cambria is going to come out in this year. And probably when the Arpara really arrives at your doorstep, there's going to be something else, which is better. Yep, that is my honest opinion about this. And I'm a bit sad because Arpara actually, they did do a good job, in my opinion, with being transparent about quite a lot of things. But now, in the end, the last weeks where they totally didn't reply to me anymore after I told them, okay, I need to have the headset until the 2nd of February in order to make a good full review. They totally didn't answer for 2 weeks. Then I sent another email again and told them, hey, what's the matter? And then they just told me like, no, they're not going to send it out. And they feel they have totally done a good job with being transparent, which in my opinion, I don't think so. Right? So I'm a bit sad about that outcome because there was quite a lot of promise. And in my opinion, if they would have told the public, hey, dear all, you know what? We are not happy about our all-in-one right now. This is not good enough yet. This is not good enough yet. This is not good enough yet. But we're still sending it out now to Sebastian because we had promised this to you. And we can solve all the problems that we found out. You know what? In my opinion, this would have been way better. Because then they would have shown, okay, you know what? They know there's still problems and they would have gotten so much goodwill. But like this I think was not the right decision. Anyways, I simply needed to let you know that. So again, we don't know how the headset's going to be. Perhaps it's going to be amazing. I don't know, right? So I'm just guessing. I just let you know what problems might arise. I don't know if they really arise. Again, that's only because I don't have it, right? So should you keep your pledge? Well, it's a gamble now. That's what I also said, right? For the AIO. For the AIO, it's really a gamble. It could be a great headset, but also could not be a great headset. We don't know. It's up to you. For the tethered one, I have a better idea. It shouldn't be your first and only headset because it simply doesn't feel like a finished product. It might be a great headset as a second or third headset if you already have everything in VR, but you want a high definition OLED headset for probably watching movies or for probably playing dark games that happen in space, like Elite Dangerous. For these kinds of things, it's really good, right? But if you want to play like bright games, well, you really have to get accustomed to this kind of very warm kind of picture quality, color, and also to the degrading brightness in the peripheral vision. All right, that is everything that I got. 5 days left. And I hope that you enjoyed this very honest opinions of mine. And if yes, give it a thumbs up. And well, I'm telling you, I'm very much looking forward to be back with you in season 5. It's going to happen. And then obviously again from the studio. Yeah, do let me know in the comment section now, what do you think of my assessment? And do you share my opinion about Arpara not sending it out? And do you think there are these problems that I mentioned could be there? Or what are your thoughts? Please do make some noise for the algorithm, especially since I didn't put out a video in a long time. And yeah, let's meet in the comment section. Until then, bye-bye.